Hi, I'm Sandy Johnson, and I'm the manager of social work for Swedish Cancer Institute. I've worked at Swedish since 2006 and presently supervise 17 social workers throughout our network. There is such shock that comes, fear, dismay with a cancer diagnosis. And when we sit with patients, they go the whole gamut of feelings from, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? What's going to happen to my family? How can I afford this? Am I going to become bankrupt? You know, I just cannot help but think about this young patient I worked with, single mom, 2 children, husband died the year before from a cancer, and she came into my office and said, Sandy, we don't have any money to keep our lights on next week, and we really, I need help. Is there any help out there? And I said, you know what? There is a fund out there that I think we can get something pretty rapidly for you. And what I know to be a fact is that they will even help us by calling the utility company to get your lights and to keep them on while they prepare the check. Even though it's a, one time in that moment, provides such great relief for these patients that they're grateful for it. They're so grateful. If you all could just understand that for these people, to be able to give them the hope that we can get you through this, that's the hope that's instilled in these patients.
Hi, my name is Nicole Walters, and I'm delighted to join with Sean Schlogel on the keys, Drew Baddeley on bass, and Jeff Bush on the drums to participate in this year's fundraising event for Cancer Lifeline. We are proud to join in support of the services that Cancer Lifeline provides to individuals and families whose lives have been affected by cancer. The services that Cancer Lifeline extends is as broad as the community that they serve. From counseling services to financial assistance, Cancer Lifeline seeks to provide relief to the many ways that cancer can devastate those who are in the fight against it. So, on behalf of everyone who will benefit from your generosity, I say thank you. Your giving makes a difference. wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, if birds can fly over the rainbow, then why can't
Hi, I'm Joseph Yurgevich, Cancer Lifeline's Executive Director. Thank you so much for joining us tonight in support of the Cancer Lifeline Patient Financial Assistance Fund. You know, in my 13 years with Cancer Lifeline, I've watched this fund grow from an idea to a reality. This could only happen with the support, vision, and determination of our incredible board, advisory board, sponsors, and donors like you. Throughout Cancer Lifeline's 47-year history, we've benefited from the amazing spirit of generosity. This spirit of generosity takes shape in many ways, from those who volunteer on our Lifeline to our board members who donate their time and resources. One such person who has consistently stepped up to make a critical difference is Jeannie Nordstrom. She and her husband Bruce have made it possible for us to produce events that raise both operating funds and funds for patients. Her first connection with Cancer Lifeline dates back to 1990, and over time she became a board member. And like many people who served on our board, she was reluctant to let go of Cancer Lifeline even after her term was up. When the Cancer Lifeline Advisory Board was created, she was one of the first members. I want to personally thank Jeannie and Bruce Nordstrom for their sponsorship of tonight's event and for all their years of support. Jeannie, you've gone out of your way to lighten the load for so many people, and we are grateful. I also want to thank each of you for tuning in tonight and for supporting Cancer Lifeline's Patient Financial Assistance Fund. I've had the opportunity of seeing firsthand how incredibly impactful grants can be to low-income patients who find themselves stretched thin with the increased expenses that come with cancer treatment. No one should have to choose between following their cancer treatment protocols and buying groceries, keeping the utilities connected, or making rent. These safety net funds are issued quickly, and they provide much more than financial relief. They remind patients who are going through one of life's most difficult challenges that they are not alone, and that they have a community of support behind them. You are that community. You are bringing hope to so many. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Ian MacNeil. Welcome to the 7th Annual Resources for Hope fundraiser for Cancer Lifeline. Tonight, we're here at the lovely Escala residence in downtown Seattle, and we're here to raise funds for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. These funds are given to cancer patients in need at key points in their cancer journey, just when they are faced between continuing their health care or meeting life's basic necessities. Tonight, we're celebrating the hope that these funds bring to our clients by creating a virtual red carpet. I'm delighted to introduce you now to Monica Adams, Chair of this year's Resources for Hope Task Force, and your host as we roll out the red carpet.
Good evening. I'm Monica Adams, this year's chair of the Resources for Hope fundraiser. I'm here in the lobby of the lovely, famous Escala condominium in downtown Seattle. We're here to celebrate Cancer Lifeline's clients and to raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. This year's a little different. This year we can't all come together, but we can still celebrate and do our part to raise more than $500,000. Yes, our goal is $500,000. Tonight, we're rolling out the red carpet here at Escala. I mean that metaphorically. While we're not having an actual event, we're interviewing friends and family who will be walking the red carpet tonight to show their support for our clients. For those of you who are at home on the couch, don't worry. We're making sure everyone is safe and socially distanced. And to all of you who are home tuning in tonight, you win the highest awards. Your support of the Patient Financial Assistance Fund means that we will have more resources for hope for so many more people. Thank you for joining us. Let's rock it.
Wow, this is amazing, you guys. So far, we've already raised a little over $219,000 towards our goal of $500,000 tonight. So we have a little ways to go, but here's how you can support us right now tonight. It's really easy. Just text the word for hope, all one word, FORHOPE, to 91999. So you'll send a text to that number, and the message is for hope. And then you'll get an immediate response with us from a link to our donation page. Okay, so now let's take a moment to learn about more about the people and Cancer Lifeline serves.
I graduated from Renton High. After that, went to Western studied education and Spanish, and I began teaching middle school in Everett for 15 years, and then 15 years at Lakeside. After that, I quit the teaching career, went into seminary, and I began my career as a pastor. The love of my life, the joy in my life, is these 3 grandchildren. I took pictures of them with me every time I went to the hospital. They were my inspiration. It was leiomyosarcoma. I was diagnosed April of 2018, and they were about to begin radiation. At that point, I realized I would not be able to continue working, and so I did have to stop that form of employment. It was a decision, however, that it needed to be done because my focus had to be my health. It's almost unbelievable that complete strangers have had a part and are having a part in my recovery, in my journey. You know, I would love to meet all these people who I do not know, and I guess I would like to say to each one of them that there are so few words that could even express my thanks, my gratitude. I hope I speak for everybody who has received funds from this Patient Financial Assistance Fund, from this program. Thank you, even though thank you doesn't seem like enough.
My name is Christine. I am going to be 53 September 3rd. I've been working in the construction business for about 7 years. I also started my own cleaning business. This is my son Cash, and he's 27, and he's the joy of my life and a great support. Financially it's choking me. I mean, I'm literally on disability just because how the treatment has taken me down. So every once in a while I'll try to pitch in or do something just to earn a little bit of money, you know, but I'm not able to do what I was able to do, and it takes a bit to get help. Patient Assistance Fund has been a tremendous blessing to me. I was very thankful because I got to pay half my rent with it and a little bit of food and, you know, and some gas and everything for my car, you know, because I have other bills too.
She's always been my inspiration. I'm just, I don't know, trying to make her live life to the fullest, and took her out skydiving.
Yeah, I'm a fighter, and by all means I'm not going to give up, you know. I have a lot of life to live, so I've just, you know, I'm going to, like my doctor said, live it like you don't have it.
All I could think about was I was scared to death for Jesse, and I wanted my son to keep his life. So I just kind of didn't think much about whether my credit was good. I just wanted to survive and make sure my family could have food. I didn't know where to turn. And a very good family friend of ours told me that there's a Cancer Lifeline number and you need to call that, and you can get somebody to talk to that will understand you right now, and then maybe they can help you financially. The person I talked to was very consoling. It made me just feel like she understood me. And I think it was maybe a day or two later, I got a call and she said, I have some really good news. And I just felt like, I wanted to cry. I didn't know what to do. I mean, it was just very humbling.
I feel a lot better than what I did going through it, for sure. And I'm just starting to get back into everything. I plan to be a baseball player, but if that doesn't work out, I plan to be in NFL. And if that doesn't work out, I plan to be in the NBA. So, something in sports.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce you to Escala resident and Cancer Lifeline supporter, Lauren Lima.
Hello, my name is Lauren Lima and I work for Bank of America. Tonight, I'm not here as a banker, but as someone who knows firsthand the impact that cancer can have on a family. I was 12 years old when my father was diagnosed with renal cell cancer. I experienced the physical and emotional toll that the disease not only takes on the patient, but on the family. I saw my father silently suffer because he felt that he was burdening those around him. I witnessed my mom go into overdrive in an effort to act as a buffer between my siblings and I, and the pain associated with the idea that our father might not be alive in a year. Although my father is no longer with us, I am hopeful. I am hopeful that there is a brilliant mind out there that is on their way to discovering a cure to cancer, and it will be eradicated once and for all. Until that time comes, let's work to make sure that those who are battling this nasty disease won't have to worry about where the month's groceries are going to come from, or have to make the decision to pay one bill over another. There's one day each month when a couple of staff members review the applications for funding. Every month, there are more qualified applicants than there are funds. Every month, those funds are distributed in a matter of hours. That means there are people out there just like Janice, Christine, and Jesse who need our help at a key moment in time. They don't just need our funds, they need the hope that the funds represent. Earlier this year, a donation was received with this note. I am so glad to be able to make this gift. 5 years ago, I was a recipient of a grant from the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. 5 years ago, this grant kept me going. Now I want to give back and pay it forward so that someone else has the same opportunity. I hope you will join me in making a gift tonight in support of Cancer Lifeline's Patient Financial Assistance Fund. This fund brings immediate financial relief, and more importantly, it brings hope.
Hey, I can't tell you how excited I am right now. I'm looking at our thermometer, and we have raised a little over $260,000 now. But you can donate right now from your phone. It's super easy. Just text the word "for hope" to 91999, and you can help us help more people like Janice and Christine and Jesse. You can even get fancy and tell Alexis and tell her to text right now. Let's do it. Now, let's join Monica down on the red carpet as she interviews some of our guests.
Welcome, Megan. I can't tell you how good it is to see you. You look absolutely amazing. Thank you for coming to walk the red carpet. I've got to say, Megan, you've always been the fountain of information for me since I joined the Cancer Lifeline family. Tell us what your role is at Cancer Lifeline.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Thanks for having me here tonight, Monica. I am the program director at Cancer Lifeline. I've been with Cancer Lifeline for a little over 8 years now. And my primary role is to coordinate with our hospital partnerships in program development and implementation. I also oversee all of our other programs and services, including the Patient Financial Assistance Fund, which we're going to be talking about this evening.
That's right. What can you tell us about the Patient Financial Assistance Fund, Megan?
Back in 2005, Komen Puget Sound approached Cancer Lifeline. They had some grant monies they were interested in distributing to low-income breast cancer patients. And at that time, we had a wonderful network of local social workers at the cancer treatment centers. And so they thought we would be a wonderful avenue to distribute these funds. In addition to that, they were able to connect their patients to Cancer Lifeline's other programs and services. The advisory board felt there was a great need to further expand the funding to all cancer patients, and so the Cancer Lifeline Patient Assistance Fund was born.
How acute is the need, Megan?
The need is great. As you know, many people are currently on the financial fringe, and an individual cancer treatment can cost upwards of $150,000 for an individual. So if you can imagine having to choose between putting food on your table or saving your life, it's not a position anyone wants to be in. We have many patients who are just at that tipping point, and that $400 through the Cancer Lifeline Patient Financial Assistance Fund goes a long way in making sure that they can continue treatment.
$400 just doesn't seem like that much, Megan. How can $400 help?
Sure, so $400 can go a long way in an effort to continue to allow someone to stay in treatment. I spoke with one lovely woman who used that $400 to keep her lights on. She had an oxygen machine that she was using to save her life, and without that $400, she would have been in the dark.
I can't begin to imagine the responsibility that you must feel. I need to express how very, very touched I am by the work that you do and by the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica, and thanks for everyone for your contribution this evening.
Hey, here they are, Lynn and Howard Behar. It is such a pleasure to see both of you walking the red carpet tonight for Cancer Lifeline's Resources for Hope 2020 virtual event.
Hello, Monica. So great to be here. Very exciting event.
How long have you been involved with Cancer Lifeline?
Well, the Oncology Social Work Network used to meet at Cancer Lifeline, so that was probably 1985, 86, a long, long time ago. And I met Barbara Frederick, who was our much loved former executive director then. I don't know exactly when she said, Lynn, I need you to get involved, but when Barbara asked you, you got involved. It wasn't a matter of if, but when.
You've enjoyed a long career as a social worker, right? You've specialized in cancer patients and also written a book, correct?
That's right. I'm retired now, but I always consider myself an oncology social worker. I've never worked as hard in my life as I have since retirement, but it's also rewarding. And I did have the good fortune to work with some wonderful people to publish the Handbook of Oncology Social Work with co-editors Grace Christ, who moved to Seattle from New York some years ago and is on our advisory board at Cancer Lifeline, and Carolyn Mesner from Cancer Care in New York.
Lynn, what sparked your interest in creating the fund?
Well, in my work as an oncology social worker, I saw people who had worked and they'd saved a little and they were doing fine in their lives until a cancer diagnosis. Sometimes meaning they had to miss work for a period of time, they had extra expenses, they fell behind financially. I always wished for a fund to help them through the rough spots. While there are many people who have breast cancer, there are many more who have other types of cancer. Some of us felt strongly that we should broaden our reach to people living with all types of cancer. We limped along for several years, but a little more than 7 years ago, the Cancer Lifeline Board and the advisory board made the commitment to raise money for this program, and I'm pleased to say we have continuously grown the fund each year and been able to help more low-income patients each year.
Howard, it's especially good to see you on the red carpet with us tonight. You always have something interesting to say. I'm curious what your comments are about the Patient Financial Assistance Fund.
Well, it's important to both of us that this fund not only exists, but works hard to give people a much needed lift at a critical time. Increasingly, cancer is becoming a chronic condition instead of a terminal diagnosis, so there are more people who need access to the fund.
And I won't be satisfied until everyone who qualifies for a PFAF grant is funded. I know that's a tall order. Each year this fund has grown exponentially, but so has the need, and we always struggle to meet the need. This year, the coronavirus impacted Komen's ability to provide funds for breast cancer patients. Fortunately, thanks to many of you, we were in a position to continue to fund those breast cancer patients this year. But going forward, that's another couple hundred people we want to help. That makes me doubly determined to meet and hopefully surpass this year's goal.
Lynn and Howard, it's always a pleasure spending time with you. Lynn Behar is the woman, the voice, the vision, and the force behind the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. We are grateful and we thank you.
Monica! Wow! You got up here in a hurry.
There we go.
These are incredibly powerful stories about the need for the fund from the staff and the board, huh?
Indeed. Escala, you have my heart and soul. Escala at 4th and Virginia is not only the best structurally built building in all of Seattle, It is absolutely the most loving, supportive community anyone could ever dream to be a part of. During a pandemic, you residents, families, and friends chose to stand on the red carpet for Cancer Lifeline's Resources for Hope event. I celebrate you moms and dads who are teaching your kiddos to give back at such a young age. I look forward to Quincy, Marlo, Sammy, and Benny sitting by my side at the next board meeting. Escala, you will forever have my heart. Thank you.
Thanks, Monica. Hey, let's take another look at our fundraising thermometer. And I'm looking at right now, it's a little over $267,000. We've got some great momentum now, and I want to thank Marion Svint and Jean Slatt for their generous gifts.
Yes, and thank you to our friends and family in Seattle, Indiana, Florida, Boston, Colorado, and California. Thank you all for your support. Text me, text me. Cancer Lifeline, you are bringing us all together. We are healing the world tonight. Let's make it a better place for you, me, and the entire human race.
Your donation in any amount to the Patient Financial Assistance Funds goes to work immediately. Any amount. So now let's get back to the red carpet and hear from some more folks.
Sounds good. Tell us who you are and why you're walking on the red carpet this evening.
I'm Katie Ritchie, and I've been with the board of directors at Cancer Lifeline for about 2.5 years, and I came to Cancer Lifeline through events just like this, where I had the opportunity to learn about the different programs that Cancer Lifeline provides to the community. I'm walking the red carpet tonight because I believe in the power of connection. Cancer Lifeline connects cancer patients to the support they need without fear of judgment, with access to information in forums where people can be heard. Places where they feel included, not isolated, and where they regain a sense of choice and control in their lives. When people are connected, they get the help they need to treat their whole person, not just their cancer. And I appreciate that many of our low-income patients come to Cancer Lifeline looking for some financial relief, and then they stay with us because we were able to connect them with a support group, a nutrition class, a class to help them manage their stress, a lot of practical information. And yes, plenty of that, but also in the support groups and even on the Lifeline, they can connect to someone who knows exactly what they are going through. And the coolest thing about all of Cancer Lifeline's programs is that they're free.
Katie, we are so grateful you're able to attend, not only this year, but you've attended in years prior. You're always giving back to Cancer Lifeline, and we're grateful. Thank you. Wanda, welcome to Cancer Lifeline's red carpet. Tell us, how long have you been involved with Cancer Lifeline? But before, excuse me, I've just got to give you credit here because that necklace steals the show.
Well, thank you, Monica. That's a mighty high compliment coming from you. I've been sitting on Cancer Lifeline's advisory board since 2015. I was asked to join the board by our dear friend, Lynn Behar.
Wanda, tell us why you're walking the red carpet this evening.
Well, as we talked on many occasions, we both know these are crazy times. The world as we know it has changed completely. We have a health crisis, an equity and social justice crisis, and an economic crisis. We must step up. I want to give back to help someone in need. I want to make a difference. Throughout the journey of my life, I have been fortunate. There is no greater time for generosity than now.
The timing is now. It is critical. How critical is the timing for this Patient Financial Assistance Fund?
You know, I'm happy to say that each month, Cancer Lifeline awards between 50 and 70 grants to cancer patients in need. The staff works very closely with social workers throughout the region so that we can connect with those patients at a key point in their cancer journey. They have reached a critical juncture where their financial realities are forcing them to make hard choices. Sometimes these choices are between continuing their treatment and buying food, buying gas, paying their utilities, or even paying their rent. Our grants provide the temporary financial relief they need, but what's as important is the emotional relief. They believe finally something is going right. Someone believes in them. Someone cares enough to make sure that this gift is there when it's needed. We call ourselves Cancer Lifeline, and this is one way we can hand out a little hope as well as a much-needed, timely gift.
Wanda, you have been generous over the years, not only in donating your time, but also making financial donations as well. You make a difference. We are grateful for you. Thank you for standing on our red carpet tonight.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Wanda said it. There's no better time to be generous. And with that, we want to have a special thanks to the Howard and Sherry Schultz Family Foundation for their support.
That's right. Take a look at the thermometer. It is headed in the right direction. We got this. We got this. We got this. Let's go.
Yes, look at that. We're over $296,000. Remember, it's super easy to make an online donation. Just text the word "For Hope" to 91999, or remember, you can tell Alexa, send a text to "For Hope" to 91999. It's the cool way to do it, you know.
There you go. There you go. And Ian, I just got to say, I just can't control my feet. I just can't control my feet. Seattle, we got this.
I can see that. I can see that.
Cancer Lifeline. Cancer Lifeline is on the move. Scoot over, Red Rover. We got this.
Okay, let's check in with our friend Patti Payne. I've heard she has some exciting news about a matching gift opportunity. Patti?
Hi, I'm Patti Payne, columnist, a longtime radio gal, and lover of Cancer Lifeline. I'm founder of the Payne Group, Communicating and Connecting, and that's exactly what we're doing tonight. We're connecting you with Cancer Lifeline and some of its wonderful programs, like the Patient Assistance Fund. And I'm so delighted to be part of tonight's event, which is themed Hope. This is actually the first time that I have dressed up in about 9 months, and I'm sure you feel the same way. We all need hope more than ever in these trying pandemic times. And can you imagine during COVID trying to fight cancer? It's difficult enough to battle cancer, but doing it right now seems almost impossible to me. In fact, I have a dear friend who's like a daughter to me, who's battling stage 4. She is getting help. She's getting some hope from people who are making meals for the family and helping them with housing. But there are so many hundreds and literally thousands of people who don't have resources and who are suffering right now and who need help just paying their bills. Bills like medicine and rent and lights and heat and just plain food. And that's why we have gathered tonight. Every dollar tonight is going to bring hope to somebody, and that's what we want you to do. And I'm so thrilled to be able to say that there is one of us among us who has anonymously donated $50,000 that we're going to be used as matching funds tonight. So every dollar you give will be doubled. You'll be doing twice the good that you set out to do tonight, up to $50,000. It's super easy to give. All you have to do is grab your phone, text the word "For Hope" right in here to 91999 on this phone, and presto, you are on your way to helping people stay in treatment and meet their basic needs. So do it now. Remember, your gift will be matched dollar for dollar up to $50,000. You can give hope to so many people looking for it, and you can be a source of hope. Here's hoping that you will. Patti Payne signing off on behalf of Cancer Lifeline. Let's get this done, folks.
Patti, you're beautiful. Oh, thank you. This is a great opportunity, everybody. If 50 people make a $1,000 gift each, this is high math, then we'll increase our funding by $100,000 because of the match. And don't think you have to give $1,000. Anything helps. It all helps. Monica, look at that thermometer right now.
I know. It just keeps going up, and let's keep it going up. Let's go.
Okay, to match your donation right now, dollar for dollar, up to that $50,000, let's get this. Just text "For Hope" to 91999. Look at that. We're over $307,000 now.
And Ian, our heartfelt thanks goes to Patricia and David Giuliani Family Foundation. Thank you, David. You rock.
And the Richard and Francine Loeb Charitable Foundation, thank you.
Thank you, Pam and Michael Chosen. You've touched our heart. Thank you. Looks like we're going to meet the match. We've got this, Cancer Lifeline. What do you think, Ian?
I think so. I think we, though, have a couple more interviews down on the red carpet. And then Joseph Yurgevich, Cancer Lifeline's Chief Executive Director, will be joined on stage by Lynn Bihar for a little special announcement.
Now, back to the red carpet. Good evening, Ben. Thanks for joining us on the red carpet tonight. Cancer Lifeline's Resources for Hope virtual event. Tell us who you are and what brings you to the red carpet tonight.
Hi, Monica. Thank you for having me. I'm Ben Hicks, Relationship Manager at the Commerce Bank, and I also serve as the President of the Board of Directors. I'm here tonight to support the Patient Assistance Fund and to represent the board in thanking you, Lynn, and the rest of the advisory board for putting this wonderful event on tonight.
That's very kind, Ben. Thank you. It takes a village. Well, they say it takes a village, and I've just got to say, I'm very proud of the little town that you've worked to help us build. What else can you tell us about Cancer Lifeline?
Sure. Cancer Lifeline supports a wide variety of people in different situations. Obviously, the Patient Assistance Fund is helping out low-income people pay their bills, put groceries on the table, maybe make their rent payments. As you're aware, going through a cancer diagnosis is just awful. And unfortunately, some people are not only doing that, but they also don't have the money to meet their basic needs. And so the Patient Assistance Fund helps satisfy that. And it's just one of the many programs that Cancer Lifeline does in its wonderful works.
Thank you, Ben. We appreciate your taking the time to be with us this evening for this special event.
Thank you.
Aaliyah, Ankar, Shaggy, welcome to the red carpet. I love this. You guys have rounded out the red carpet this evening. Aaliyah, you're new to our Cancer Lifeline family. Tell us what it is you do.
Thank you, Monica. It's an honor and privilege to be here. My name is Aaliyah Qureshi. I'm Client Product Officer of Optum Care, part of United Health Group. I'm also a proud serving board member for Within Reach Washington.
Why are you walking the red carpet tonight?
It is a challenging and unprecedented time for all of us during this pandemic. It is scary and there is a lot of uncertainty. It is even more profound and intense for those living with cancer. I'm walking tonight for those people. The pandemic has only served to magnify the stress, fear, anxiety, and isolation that is inherent to living with cancer. Even before the pandemic, many cancer patients are isolated already, as they have limited energy and highly compromised immune systems, and there are challenges navigating the world as is. One thing that I feel so strongly about is Cancer Lifeline's commitment to patients, survivors, families, and communities. They are laser focused and proactive in their actions. Right at the beginning of the pandemic, Cancer Lifeline moved all their programs online. I learned that through these efforts, Cancer Lifeline has been able to reach and support even more people during these trying times. One of the insights shared with me was that those clients who were already isolated by their illness are now connecting online. That's an even broader reach. The spread of COVID-19 poses additional physical and emotional challenges for individuals experiencing cancer. Cancer patients and survivors have weakened immune systems and are therefore at greater risk of being infected by the virus.
Aaliyah, what gives you hope for the future?
Organizations like Cancer Lifeline remind me that empathy and action still exists today. This gives me hope for the future. Now, more than ever, we must stand together. And to change the future for the better, we must start somewhere. And for me, that's standing beside you all. To know that we can make a difference in someone's life with our contributions gives purpose and reminds us of the power of one.
Aaliyah, Ankar, Shaggy, I can't thank you enough for walking our red carpet tonight. I also want to thank you for the donation. It means a lot that you would take this time because I know you're involved in a lot of meaningful nonprofits. And for you to take this time will make a difference. Thank you.
On behalf of the Board of Directors, the staff, and all our volunteers at Cancer Lifeline, I want to take a moment to offer our heartfelt thanks to Ian and Monica for their hard work in making tonight's event happen. Monica, you're a true rock star.
And now the envelope, please, Joseph. Thank you. I'm so excited. Okay, we are at $384,627. We're going to get to 500. Last year, it took us a couple of weeks after the event to have all the donations come in. So we thank you for continuing to send donations, and we're very excited. We will keep our fundraising links live through October 31st, so if you've been inspired by tonight's program and want to give again, please check the link on the webpage. And now it's my privilege to introduce Seattle's singer and songwriter, Nicole Walters, and her band.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world, a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry.
Wow, that was beyond amazing. Thank you, Nicole. You nailed it. We can't thank you enough.
And muchas gracias.
Arigato.
Y merci beaucoup.
Mamnoon.
Большое спасибо.
Salamat.
Grazie.
El caristo. Oops. El caristo.
Come on, Shay.
Dote.
Hundiavad.
Thank you to all you wonderful residents and staff of Escala for your friendship and support tonight.
Thank you, Monica. And thank you to all of our sponsors. Jeannie and Bruce Nordstrom, thank you. Swedish Cancer Institute, UW Medicine, Farmers Insurance, the Alhada Foundation, Pat Stone, We Work Washington, Halverson Cancer Care and Evergreen Health, Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, Overlake Hospital, ROI Technology, and Punch Drunk Productions. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight, and we wish you a great evening.
Thank you and good night.